Okay, well, hopefully no one's too fucked up by that. I really dislike not being able to go into the
Behold,
boss
the source
in
of the stain.
relatively tip-top shape.
Gateway to incomprehensible emptiness.
Incomprehensible emptiness. Okay. Whoa, that's more than a padlock.
Seething sigh. Stertorous avatar of ill-concealed rage.
Well, we've got a new word. Stertorous? Any ideas over in Dictionary Corner?
Yes, I'm going to stutter whilst definitely not looking it up.
I see.
Right, okay. Interesting word. Of breathing, noisy and laboured.
Ah. I can't remember the context he said it in now, but yeah, that makes sense for this. I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at. It's called a seething sigh.
Observe the subject carefully,
Could be under
and you will discover its
other
weaknesses.
definitions ranging in their exaggeration, characterized by harsh snoring or gasping sound.
Ah.
Heavy snoring, that's probably a word that's useful for both of us.
Yeah.
In our individual living situations.
Yeah, okay, so it's all about breathiness here. Peter Davis says, Darkest Dungeon is great for expanding your personal lexicon. We have found that, yeah, it's... I think I looked up 9 words on one of the streams. It's crazy. I thought these were wings. Oh, they kind of are, but they're called lung.
Analysis is the natural prelude to
That
action.
actually is interesting how these are being defined differently. I should have known the word because it's from the Latin stertere to snore. But it's been a long time since I've done Latin.
Yeah.
And then on completely the opposite end, stertor is the noise that results from vibration of the pharyngeal tissues, nasopharynx, oropharynx, soft palate, due to significant upper respiratory. I'm not opening the link, but you know where that's going.
Yeah. Okay, well, whatever the fuck kind of lungy, breathy monstrosity this is, we're going to put a bear trap on it. So I'm guessing, off the bat, this lung part is going to charge up at some point and do something bad if we don't bat a fuck out of it. Resistances are all fairly high, but doesn't mean they're not worth doing. Yeah, I guess the padlocks last time were in front of a brain, so now we're by the lungs. Are the lungs the... If the brain is cowardice, are the lungs resentment? Oh god, this is getting a bit much. All I know is you're unlikely to flashbang the lungs. I suppose that makes sense. I don't know if anything fucking makes sense anymore. You can definitely stab the lungs. And they can do whatever that was. Burn? Oh, okay. Guess if you drank lighter fluid or something, you could burn with lungs. Alright. Peter Davis says, I think the brain was denial. I think you might be right, actually, thinking about it. Yeah. Yeah, well spotted. The first one was denial. I don't know where I got cowardice from. Maybe when you click it, he says something about cowardice, but... Okay, denial. Yeah, that makes sense then. Brain denial. Maybe it doesn't make sense. Let's just keep...
Let's just keep
The
going.
fiend's strength dwindles.
It is very Lovecraft to be in the position where you're like, oh god, kill it before we have to comprehend it. Craig David's resolve is tested, but he is resolute. Through faith I can withstand all. That was in one of your songs, was it? Shallow breath. Oh, hang on. Oh no, his lungs are getting all puffed up.
I should probably see something about
He should. Well, we've got a doctor here, but he's trying to set him on fire. Peter Davis says, this boss is basically the closest Darkest Dungeon has to a dragon. I am getting those vibes, yeah. It's like a kind of fucked up tentacle lung dragon.
I'm quite grateful that I can actually block out the tentacle waggling with the stem of your...
Oh, of the mic stand, yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah. Yeah,
Dictionary Corner's having a weird time.
That's fair. Even Dictionary Corner can be affected by eldritch horrors.
A little help impeccably timed.
Yeah. See, if 8 out of 10 cats stops doing Countdown and starts doing Lovecraft, I would absolutely watch that. Yeah, it's definitely, like, I'm pretty alright with, like, in fact, some would argue I even actively seek out horrific video game monsters with cool designs, but even I have to admit, if I saw this thing up close, it's really revolting. Someone... I think Red Hook Studios is only a dozen or so people working at it. Maybe they've expanded since the sequel, but someone did a fucking rancidly horrible good job on this thing.
Yeah, and I mean, bearing in mind that where I live now, it's not everyone's possibility is going to merge from the sea.
That's true.
We should maybe take a bit of a break
Is no time to alter.
on you visiting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I mean, I've seen some people in like environments that would also be considered eldritch horrages.
Horrages.
I can't. I'm gonna be quiet.
Horrages porridge.
Horrages indeed. Sorry.
Yeah, you're probably the closest out of us to living in Innsmouth, is it called, in the Lovecraft thing? The sleepy coastal village, yeah. Okay, so I don't think we've got blight on them at any point so far, but we can make them bleed. I might have just been chatting shit over it, but I haven't seen a good wind up for when that's doing a big attack. All I know is everyone's not doing great. Scheiße. Okay, See, that's weird, isn't it? Because when I just look at it normally, it says bleed resistance 40 and blight resistance 40, and then when I go to do a move, it's 15 and 73. Maybe that takes into account all the stats and trinkets I have on, I suppose. In which case, we'll keep stabbing you. Hysteria. What has that done? Nothing good. Okay, heal, everyone. Wrath and Rancor. Oh, I don't like that. What even was that? He's just spewing asbestos at us. No flesh, no bone, a trifling interference. I mean, for you, Fizzlips, yes, but everyone else is quite attached to their skin, so to speak. Oh, and the NHS has gone into meltdown again. The NHS just became a hypochondriac. That's ironic but unhelpful. Fuck me. These lungs are getting leery. Put him on less fire. Put him out is how you say that when your words are working. Oh god, this went south really quick. How do so it's currently inhaled, but I can't hit it. I can hit that one. Let's try that, see. Yeah, I think that it's deflated. I think that did do a thing. Okay. That one doesn't look deflated. Huh. Maybe I'm seeing things. If you could not die, that'd be great. Dying light? No, I just said don't die. Be quiet, learned experts are talking, says the NHS. Okay, so we have managed to inflict blight despite the odds. Oh god. Well, that was one step forward, two steps back. Okay, yeah, that's a move called Deep Breath, so that was definitely what we were after. What? Hang on. How did you get two goes in a row go? That's a no-go. Okay. It's known as flagellations, and to you, we're inhalations, flagellations, exhalations, consecrations. It's in a bad time. Oh Jesus, I don't even know. Sure, a bit of that. God, the healing moves almost feel like a waste with how many turns they're getting.
Oh yeah, I'm fully of the offensive moves only in any game I play.
Yeah, I did talk about this before, about the sort of the old Pokemon strategy of never using stat moves.
Yeah, just a wasted turn.
It definitely feels like it in Pokemon. Here,
I think maybe in the more recent versions
they might have balanced it better, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, like, you think I'm going to be using Leah? Like, really?
Yeah. Yeah, whenever an enemy used Leer, it's always like, oh great, free turn.
Like I was always a Butterfree type, because I don't know if Pedro was in yellow. Either way, but I would have to catch the category early on so the Metapod had tackle.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
Made that mistake.
What? Oh fuck, the lung is immune to the bear trap. I should have known.
That's a fun sentence.
See, and this is one of them tough things where it's like, oh, if you attack the tertiary thing, you'll stop it doing a big move. Yeah, but you'll also just elongate the fight, and it feels like a waste of time. Oh, what? Craig David can't even move. Okay. Well then, fuck everything. Loudly. Peter Davis says setup strats are powerful though. I'm sure they are in the right hands. It's kind of... It is a tricky thing to... Oh god. To determine the balance, really. I feel it spreading through me. Boudica's resolve is tested. Yeah, everyone's fucking losing it. We're all fucked. No, not me. Take anyone else. Craig David.
With an axe, that would probably help the situation.
Oh, what? Sorry?
It just said Boudica was having a meltdown.
Oh.
And is it not her with the axe?
Yeah, she's got like a spear thing. Oh no. Oh god. Oh no, that's not quite a move. That one is. Please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die. Okay. That is both a move and it moves her forward. Which, if Craig David can't move backwards, then Boudica's got to move forward. That's what I've always said. You didn't move forward. Why? Because you're immobilized. Who put a bear trap on you? What the f... This has all gone to shit. Just please hit this fucking thing. Kill it.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
You always say that prematurely. Ah, shit. Boudica's on fire. And not in a good way. Oh, and you're... and you're out of healing. And the condition for using bandages is blocked. What? Why? Okay, please. No, still can't move backwards. Chuck another bear trap at him then. This move doesn't even do any fucking damage. God damn it. In fact, if I pass this turn, that will actually be better. Because you'll heal a bit. There we go. Oh shit!
No time to falter.
Boudica's dead. NHS is on their like 5th meltdown. No, who was that?
Pray her convictions lent some small comfort in her final moments.
Craig David said, I don't think we're going to do this, chaps. Oh, God. That was stupid. Why did I do that move? I should have done the healing move. I always forget that move hurts him. Oh, fucking all.
Speaking of fucking it.
Mm-hmm.
Just to warn you as a
Mm-hmm.
Another wound. Another loss.
No idea what it's
Okay.
Yeah, not much.
Steady yourself.
Fair enough. Well, I haven't actually checked how long we've been going for, but yeah, about an hour 20 at the moment. But, Christ, well, this is about to end prematurely. Thing is, we didn't almost get the fucker, but he's beyond halfway. You know what, actually, I'm going to do that. Just in the really off chance that he can stay on death's door long enough to get the heal in. It doesn't matter that he's taunted, because it's only going to be attacking him anyway, so... Mm-hmm.
Wish me luck. I have no idea what this is.
No, is it a phone appointment then?
Malaise. Measured and steady.
Oh, okay.
What it is.
Alright.
I think it's a little bit late for it to be like a...
Yeah.
So I have no idea. This will be fun.
Alright.
Start
Yes.
in the intro.
I think you have more chance than I do. Peter David...
Dies or not die.
Oh, you have more chance of not dying.
Okay. Well, I will catch you soon.
See you. Peter Davis says, sometimes they target the corpses. Wait, they sometimes... Yes, they do target the corpses. I thought you said that sometimes they taunt the corpses. It's like, that's insult to injury. But, yes, no, the fact that you have the gravestones around for a while is useful. Thing is, I think all of his moves are quite... I say he, I mean... gender that. They're sort of like group attacks, but... So he did actually get the heal in, but it... Fuck it, try it again. Maybe we'll clutch this out. It'll be a miracle if we do, but... Oh, and no, he got some other kind of heal, and there he just got a heal. Okay. The last shreds of my mortal heart. Damn them. Oh yeah, a lot of deep breaths going on here. No, oh look how fucking close that was.
The thing is finally passed on.
No, it hasn't. That was us, you fucking idiot. What are you talking about, narrator? We passed on.
Each milestone makes the next road just a little easier.
Yeah. Well, that's a decent amount of candles. That is useful, certainly. Oh, that would have been so good to just tick the fucker away with the blight, but no, we were unreasonably lucky there and we still lost. Peter Davis says that's not a factor anymore, I guess, in regards to the corpses. Yeah, no, by the time I read your message, he was the only one left.
Horror, it would seem. There's nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Well, well, well. And we never did get flapjacks, I don't think. Or at least it never told us.
Spare a thought for tools of iron. Such implements will serve us well.
Peter Davis says, I think the narrator was referring to the flag as the thing. The flag? Might be having brain fog there, but I can comprehend what you mean there. Do you mean like the torch, as in the torch has been passed and to the next set of people to attempt again, or I don't know. Anyway, Peter Davis says, I can't spell. Oh, flag, by which he meant flagellant. I can't spell that word for some reason. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, no, flag is a good shortening of it. Yeah, no, I figured that, but then the way he said it is like that thing has passed. Maybe that was unique dialogue for the flagellant, because everyone else very much isn't a thing. He's probably the gnarliest looking of anyone. So, is the occultist the only person we haven't unlocked yet? Well, we should unlock him then.
Occultist.
Cool. Seeing sphere. Ritualist. A curse upon my enemies and a curse upon myself. Better healing skills, better cursing skills. Turn start, chance for 33% less health, I think that is. That's still pretty good though. If he is the way he was in the first game, his heal is fucking temperamental but can be very, very useful. 6 to get him to there, sure.
A little more light, a little more strength.
Oh, Peter Davis says he has death lines specific to all the heroes. Oh, that's cool. So it was, yeah, it's flagellant specific. Finally the thing has... Still quite cruel though. Like, he might not have any skin on his face and he might be into some weird shit in the bedroom, but he's still a person. Just about. So we didn't have any paths for Hellion yet, so that could be useful. More health, more damage if in rank 1, less bleed chance, and a chance at every turn to presumably have bleed on themselves. I don't much like that. I don't know, mainly because I use her bleeding move a lot. Berserker is less health, but more. Yeah, kind of leaning towards that.
The true splendor of a world. Those who live within it.
Peter Davis says he is the zombie man. He certainly is the zombie man, yeah. Although to be fair, I'm sure the leper looks relatively gnarly. He just has the decency to wear a mask over the top of it. Speaking of, poet, self-healing skills, less damage. Interesting. He generally is a heavy hitter, so I don't... It's good that you can sort of spec him that way, but I don't know if I would. That seems pretty good. Do a bit of that. Oh, before I go too far with the characters,
they have to hold on to, the harder they will fight.
we should get some more of these. Yes, 2 inventory slots, stagecoach item slot. That's what we want. Oh God, all the way up there for the last one. Well, we can at least get to 3 then. Although that's 20 candles. Fucking hell. I guess that's still worth it. What have we got here? Free random item. More baubles. Free healing at a hospital. That's very good. And we could get the unnatural owlet. I am interested in the unnatural owlet. Go on.
It cannot fight, but perhaps it can calm.
Depends just how unnatural it looks. And then see if we can get that. No, that's 20, isn't it? Fuck. Well, we fucked it. We can get that at least.
We stood on the shore, gulls wheeling overhead, the horizon brimming with infinite possibilities.
And then we turned around and went home. Man at Arms is really suffering here. We haven't done anything for him. Speaking of you, that we have, exanimate. Let me but sample the bitter taste of death. Low health grants. Oh yeah, we had a look at that. Yeah, that's the fucking dicey one that I'm not. I'm not good at that. Even though we were technically doing that in the last fight, we had him on death's door for ages, and we were kind of making that work. Fuck it.
The true splendor of a world.
Give it a go.
Those who live within it.
And then that's a lot, I think, except for one.
For tools of iron. Such
Combat
implements will
item
serve
we
us
get.
well.
Let's try. Neutralizing powders. Huh? 66% resistant to blight. But if you do get blight, you're less stressed about it by it. Yeah, okay. I think I made sense of that. Peter Davis says, "Oh, you can unlock more inventory slots. I'd probably go for those early if I could play this game." Yeah, I certainly am usually one for that. And I definitely did when we had none at all, but we've had some ventures where we got no fucking candles whatsoever, so it's tough to come by them. It says, "I'm an uncontrolled hoarder." Well, same. I've been called out on that many a time. Can you unlock some better food yet? That should be a thing, shouldn't it? Yeah. I really hope that's an item somewhere. Because so far the world consists of slime, mould and flapjacks, which is very much the heaven and hell of it all. Also, I did hear about this, the mountain part that was locked off to us until we unlocked all the characters. Here you unlock cosmetic alterations to each character class. None of these rewards affect gameplay. Well, I do love dressing up me folks, but we need to actually be good at the game as well, and we've also already used all our candles, so we shall save that for new. Oh, he doesn't look too unnatural. compared to the vicious little snake fucker we had before. And I say that as someone with a pet snake. Yeah, he don't look happy. The owl looks fine. What does that give us? Plus 5% resistance to piercing per Tinker's Gear item equipped. Increased chance of producing items. That's very situational. Compared to these that are like healing and stress resistance. Damn it, Owlet. I was hoping you'd be better than that. Oh well.
Wisdom will help you choose a path. Resourcefulness will ensure you survive it.
Peter Davis says you can get flapjacks without an upgrade. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think we happen to get any even with the upgrade. I'm not sure how that thing triggers, really.
The seat of your denial, perched precariously in the murky gloaming.
And yes, you were totally right. The first one is denial. Denial, resentment. Not the standard stages of grief, but... Peter Davis says, I wonder what happened to the shield breaker. I've been wondering that as well. There is a few faces missing from this game. Rub Captain.
Left unsurfaced, grievances gain a terrible strength.
The bounty hunter kind of cut ties with everyone and decided to go sort of part-time.
I understood your eagerness to build a reputation, and it pained me greatly to hold you back.
This budding bromance.
The
Oh.
crossroads, a place between places.
That keeps throwing me for a loop, because I feel like early on we got big chunks of lore, but now they're just giving us those little snippets. Probably because I'm only making snippets of progress, but you know. Academic and the narrator. It's like Brokeback Mountain if the mountain was cursed. In fact, there's a mountain in this game. There's a thumbnail or a title in that somewhere. I'll figure something out. Okay, so let's get some different folk in, but I think we're gonna keep you just because we're close to finishing your backstory. Maniac. Oh yeah, that was a debuff one, that's why we didn't use that. Potency to blight and buff alike. I'll give it a go. More likely to die. Peter Davis says, do you have an idea of how to beat the Seething Sigh? Not really. I will admit I very much brute forced it on that one. In future I will think about it. I think maybe...
Zealotry. An undying blight upon the soul.
I mean, it sort of spelled it out for me, but if I pay better attention to when it does the deep breath and everything, and if you can stop those attacks, then maybe that is the way to do it. But I think you'd have to be very selective about who you choose there, because I feel like a lot of our guys couldn't even reach the furthest lung, the one in the foreground kind of thing. And you have to, and it's not just hitting them once, you have to do sufficient damage, I believe they described it as, so... Dunno. Al-Hazred. Oh, that's your canon name. I called you no end of dumb things, but... So what do you get? Yep, that's from the first one, that's not bad. What does that actually do now, though? Unchecked power. 33% chance per token of burn at the start of each round. Don't immediately understand that. Yeah, that's the same, that's a good one. Weakening curse, good. And then he's got the big old heal. I feel like it's not quite as big as it used to be, but Won't hold that against him. Oh, and it's got conditions. Requires target HP less than 50. Okay, that's not as bad as the Vestal's restrictions. 100% crit heal when you got 2 of the thingamajiggies, the unchecked power tokens. Okay, so you've got some stuff. That'll take some getting used to, but we'll see. We'll give you a go. You can go in 3.
To know the abyss, one must embrace it.
Peter Davis says, shame that the Flagellant wasn't still a bleed class. You might have been able to just tear that thing up with your trophy buff. Yeah, it's... Yeah, in a weird way, we sort of killed the wrong boss with the wrong party kind of thing. We didn't have a designated really good bleeder. I think the Plague Doctor was the best we had, and she was doing some good crits with the knife, but we just needed a bit more there. Occultists get some cool stuff in this game. I think unchecked power is mostly tied to the skills you unlock later. And and you didn't know it affected his heal. Yeah. Yeah, well, I didn't notice the Vestal's restrictions on her healing until I was mid-battle and suddenly couldn't do very much. So, yeah, I don't know how much I like that as a new thing they've implemented, but it is there. I quite like this as the new class character, though. I think we're going to bring her in again. Yeah. We can't call you Bonnie, though. We have to call you something else. There we go. That suits.
Nothing remains, save a burning will to survive.
Peter Davis says, I think that trophy doubled your bleed amount. I saw the boss resist one of your bleeds. Yeah. Yeah, it did seem like what we had stacked on them was doing a fair amount of damage. Yeah, that could have been what it was then. Because it took ages for... It was blighted at the end, but it took ages for us to even... you know, like trigger the blight taking hold on them. So, whereas I think the bleed did quite early, so that could have been how that went. So, if I remember, you're kind of... You can work both in the front and the back, so to speak. But you really... I generally find you don't want just one character who's moving about the place, because it can fuck up quite a lot of the others if they're very position dependent. Bit more Jester? Could do. We did just get a new path for you, didn't we? Soloist. Yes, you would have been good to have in that last boss fight. Let's try him then. I'm feeling a little dicey about...
A murderous melody lingers, long after the final chord has been struck.
About not having... only having the occultists like dodgy heal to go in with, but maybe we can make it work. Now, we have to be careful with yours because you're a very shifty fellow and we need you to be able to move forward and back. Yeah, I think that works. Pete says there was a trinket from a mod for Darkest Dungeon 1 that basically did both. Massively increased bleed affliction chance, doubled its amount, but the hero would be permanently bleeding and bandages wouldn't work on them. Really fun. Yeah, there was... I don't think I did too many gameplay mods when I was playing Darkest Dungeon 1, but we had no end of the custom characters. We had fucking Iron Man and Kratos fighting alongside each other. There was a really good like modding community for the first game. Hopefully there will be for this one as well. It just takes time for stuff like that to build up. It's I'm a bit late getting to it, but it's still overall relatively new. Yes, we didn't quite get the right moves on you, did we? We want that, and sure that has its uses, but not right now. And I guess you'll be Fizzlips the Third if we're continuing your lineage. We might name you something different before too long, but oh, and again that hasn't stuck for some reason. There we go. Cool. I think that's everything. Healer. And to be fair, she has a kind of... Is it a self-heal or is it... Yes, it is. Okay, well... Healing's healing. And technically he has healing of a kind. So, in theory... This sounds feasible. Maybe. Peter Davis says, great for keeping the game fresh. Yeah, it was like... I was playing it for quite a long while before I even started streaming.
And let us hope enough yet remains of the world.
And it was a good way to mix things up and everything.
The winds whip more harshly on the far side of the brook.
Well, let's not go to the far side of the brook.
You see, even your valley is not immune to the spreading stain.
Now, what the fuck happened there? Breacher. I didn't look at this, did I? Combat start, forward 3, and then he gets a bunch of buffs. And you're telling me that's a good thing, are you, game? When most of his moves generally are kind of back positions. So I should really put him in 4th if he's going to immediately jump to 2nd every time. Wow, that's kind of annoying. That's not... You're not making a great first impression here. I'll call you Al for short. God, what a weird thing. Luckily with Chutney's dancing around, I think we can hopefully get him back in position.
Early results are encouraging.
Well, time to turn the occultist into a frontliner, I guess, if that's even possible. Yeah, it's like the game's really pushing for something that's not feasible there. In many ways, like, pretty much anyone else getting that quirk would have worked better, but not him. Yeah, that's a shame. Oh well, let's firebomb some fuckers. Peter Davis says, one thing about this game I think is really cool, the intro cutscene. I like the way the clock is ticking but the hand isn't moving forward. It is. The first game had a great intro, but this one definitely does as well. I pointed out the hanging corpses that were all like pointing towards the mountain was a really nice detail. They've always been very expert at like this oppressive atmosphere. It's yeah, the style is absolutely there, but it's just good that the game also has the substance to back it up. Peter says that would be amazing on Leper or the Flagellant. Yeah, actually that's a good point. You could put them in 4th position and then just have them like charge to the front and be buffed up right at the start. Yeah, we've definitely not encountered that quirk beforehand. We've encountered arguably it's sort of opposite, which was cowardice of a kind, where after or at the start of every turn they fucking skedaddle to the right, to the back. We had a man-at-arms who had that. It was quite annoying. But although I believe he can work in the front ranks and the back, so... But you have to set him up for it. I mean, this match is going to be over by the time Chutney gets to the front, but oh well.
A fortune in memories long forgotten.
Oh, we got a little toy horse. Maybe that was from Craig David's whittling in a past life. And that's... Oh, that's specifically for the runaway. Turn start, if stealth, 50% chance for crit. Apply on hit Hearthlight skills. You mean the skills I didn't equip her with? Whoops.
Push on to the inn. Rest and resupply await you.
Hearthlight. It said Hearthlight skills. Is there more than one? Perhaps. Versus Gaunt, less speed. I don't know if that's worth putting on then, actually. Less speed is distinctly bad. And I'm not sure I use her stealth abilities enough for that to outweigh the negatives. Peter says it would be really easy to make this game feel really silly if you weren't good at making the right atmosphere. Yeah, it's true, because you've got a lot of
Under the mountains,
strange and dysfunctional characters kind of thing, but with the kind of horror atmosphere and everything, and a very good narrator, it does all... I mean, any game has some goofy aspects if you go looking for it, but... No, it generally is... It's all in keeping. It's quite consistent with its stuff. I think the only time it got goofy for us here was just how verbose some of the language was. It seemed to go into absurdity, possibly, but I suppose that's relative.
Experience, however painful, is the greatest teacher of all.
Well, we definitely want your... when upgraded, heal to plus 50%. Now that's more what I'm talking about. And... well, you're going to be using that move a lot just to counteract... Al's fucking skittery feet syndrome. So I guess that's worth locking down early.
Spend what you can, or wealth no longer has meaning. If indeed it ever did.
Peter says, remember the item description for the gems in Darkest Dungeon 1? They were way too melodramatic. I can't off the top of my head, but yes, there were definitely parts where they perhaps go too far. We've had some, just moments where it's like the bituminous leering yawn of the unfathomable antediluvian void is encroaching upon this quaint hamlet, and it's like, what, you mean it's night time and the sun's going down? But it does definitely add to the character as well, so... again, I don't know how useful Owlet is compared to our others, but I'll give him a go, because he's cute. Who knows, piercing might... Oh no, it's resistance against piercing, isn't it? I was going to say. Piercing attacks might be good against lungs, but... oh well. Got the pipe weed, got the wind chime. The wind chime's pretty good, but Do I want to blow all my triangles right off the bat? Maybe I do. I think maybe I do. I never felt the effects of it, but it's only minus. It is only -1, but after each location, that does build up. I'll go for it. Some laudanum, some of those, and some of those.